Hi! So today I brought you to my studio and I want to show you a couple of my paintings and my art and talk about it for a little while. And because, the last studios were a bit more crisis heavy, so let's talk about something nice and positive today. When I made the video in 2019, the first one ever, I talked about goals I had, and one of those was to get back into the studio, or well, into painting, or if not, then give up the space I'm renting here because it costs money. People walk by, so if Anyways, so in 2019 when I made that video, obviously none of us could know what would happen in the next years. So yeah, things didn't all go according to that plan, but actually I think it was thanks to the very changed circumstances that I did go back into the studio, that I did find my way back here, because this was a place I could go and be by myself. So I mean, I only rent the part of this huge studio. Also, you see paintings here that aren't mine. I hope that's fine. I don't know. Should I hide them with my body? I don't know. But the times I usually go, it's so early in the morning that usually people aren't here. I like to go around 7 in the morning. So when I get up at around 5, then I have like 1.5 hours or so at home with coffee and the cat and just, getting into the day. And then, I don't know, just how more time gets wasted, and then I go to the studio, so that it's 7, and when I have to start working at 9, I already had 2 hours of, or ish, like maybe 1.5 hours of studio, because I like to start the day with something that's mine, but also I like to be here alone. I don't mind when people are here, but I just feel freer when I'm alone, not just, COVID wise, because there's lots of space, but more like, I just don't know. So anyways, I got back into painting because I had to do something else or I was gonna lose my marbles at home. But what's interesting is that I now paint in a very, very different style than I used to. I wasn't a big painter to begin with. I always did illustrations, or what's the word? I was drawing, that's the word. Lots of little figures and stuff like that. Maybe I can show some. No? Okay. Never mind then. But, I never did this type of stuff, which I'm gonna talk about in a minute. I just did, I drew little, well, maybe this one. Although this one I did this year, I think. It says Upton really enjoys Halloween, and it's just a little dude figure, painted with ink. Which I like drawing with ink. It has a very precise line. Yeah, it's just a specific way of drawing, right, and of doing them arts. But when I came here again in whatever it was, like January or February maybe this year, I didn't want to draw because I always had these ideas in my head, like, how something has to look, and then when you don't manage it to look that way, then that's frustrating and blah blah. So I was just like, do the thing that you wouldn't do, So I checked if I had some color, like actual paint, acrylic paint still left that wasn't completely dried out, because I don't have a lot of new colors, or I didn't have a lot of new colors. I usually got them from people that left the studio, or some from my dad or my parents, older stuff, because it's very expensive. So lots of it was dried out, and I just had to do with what I had. So the first painting that I did this year, like in this new era of me painting, was actually this one. Is it gonna be mirrored or no? No, I'll insert a picture too, okay? I'll insert a picture too, not that it really matters, but this is the one. And as you can see, here I used 2 different oranges, so here you see it, and they dried down differently, so now I have to do that thingy again. Anyway, so I really like this one. I really like it because it's the first one now, and for that I love it, but also the colors here that are combined here, I would have never combined for anything. This color especially seems very aggressive to me, like very 80s, 90s aggressive. People when they're skiing and they wear these overall, like that's the color, right? Like this bluish thing. But I just had to use, as I said, like I had to use what I had, and I kind of love that it made me, you know, having to use what I have made me make this, and I love it. I just put down some tape for the boundaries and stuff, and it just started, and I had nothing in mind. I had no like pressure because of that. So, and that's the first time ever that I'm doing anything like not, you know, not something concrete that I'm painting, but just colors. Honestly, my only incentive or my only goal was to make it pleasing to the eye, to my eye, really. So I didn't have anything in mind, like, oh, it needs to look like this, or it needs to convey this message, or whatever. No, it just needs to look nice, and I think it really does. And it just gave me a sort of freedom, and that was the first one. And the thing is, yeah, I'm pretty sure this was the second one, but the thing is, usually whenever I do like one part of it, I have to wait until the next day to do the next part, so I don't, you know, I don't take any color off of the tape or whatever, so it just needs to dry first. So all of these I'm now painting like in a parallelly simultaneously, that's the word. Thank you. So I just do, you know, one corner on that one and then one corner on the other one. So those two I also want to show. Okay, I think they look cute together. This one looks like a melon a bit. Don't you get melon vibes? I get ice cream something vibes. It's funny how you see that some of the color dries down matte and other color dries down shiny. At the end you would put over a, I don't know how to say that in English, like there's a finishing, like just see-through finishing layer where you can choose whether you want it matte or shiny, or if you want to keep the original shininess / matteness. And I think it's kind of cool how the matteness and the shininess work together, you know what I mean? Like, another one is this one. It's not quite done, it's still quite messy, but I like it. I think I'm gonna insert a picture. I don't know if, are they mirrored now? I'm so confused. Does it matter even? I don't think it does. Okay. Everything below is very shiny, and then at the top only the sun rays themselves are shiny. If you look more up close, you see how messy it still is. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's a very cute one. I like it. More of a, you know, so because the others, this one has a sun, and you can kind of be like, oh, this is like a sun, like a sunrise, or something, or like. But with the others, you don't actually see anything. So here, that's me trying. Also, you know, this round stuff is much harder to do, to find, because I like the clear cut lines, and the tape I usually just use for beginning to like give me an idea where to go, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I guess I should buy specific tape for that. I'm just using actual like tape. So sometimes part of the tape gets stuck and it's just very sticky and it won't go away. So I'm trying to not use the tape too much, or not, at least not all the time, and I'm surely not with the last layer. But yeah, it helps to have the clear cut lines and stuff, of course. And also when you're putting on the tape, you can see how, you get an idea how it would look. And I didn't have that same privilege with the round stuff, because I don't have the round tape, you know. Another one is this one. I have a lot of love for this one, even though it's simple. I mean, I don't know, but oh, it's very shiny. I don't think you can see the color. So, I mean, you can see the color, but it's very shiny. Matte is just cooler that way. So it's just green with a blue circle and then pink, very thin lines. Down here too, there's an orange one. Cute, there's an orange one, love it. And this is cool because this pink is angrily neon pink, right? And I bought it because, well, I just fell in love with it. Everything that like just is very, very colorful and stuff, I'm gonna be like, I'm buying you, so that's that. But it's really, really angry. the color. I don't know if you can. So I was like, okay, I can actually use that on a painting because it's hurting the eye. But it's so cool as like a very thin line because it has a way of just, it's very, it's almost illuminating. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like a lamp, colorful lamp. You know what I mean? Oh, English. It's not, listen, it's not easy. Oh, then another one I really like, and it's not, I don't know if it's done, I guess not, but maybe it is this one. It's just funny, again, with like, these colors don't make any sense to me. Like, why would I put those colors together? Oh, I think this looks better not mirrored, huh? Interesting. Anyways, I mirrored because I think I look better mirrored, and I'm not ready to talk about it again. So yeah, here and again the thin lines. Ooh, it is not, what is it with the colors? Like, and that's the one one of the ones I'm currently working on. You can see I have a current theme here in the colors. These are two different oranges. I don't know what the fuck I did there. And yeah, it's nowhere finished, obviously. This one is the one up top I'm working on right now. And it was a bit of a, like, at first I had like a great idea and I was like, yeah, that's so cool. And then I did it and I didn't like it at all. And then I didn't know what to do with it. So, but now I think we're on a good path again with the thin yellow line. The thin orange line was here for some time, but I like the yellow line. Is it focusing a bit? I like the yellow line because it almost looks like it's hooked on that line, like a sort of bell thing. And yeah, and at first I was upset that like this line here, that it wasn't going, you know, from here, like say over there, so it just looks awkward, right? The positioning here. But now I like it. Now I like the offness of it. I also like that they don't meet, like the two yellow lines here. They're not meeting, and I like it. So, but I mean, it's obviously still very much work in progress, as you can see, and I think the next part is gonna be having an orange line, doing something similar either here, like so, you know, something like that. But you know, you can just try out, and if you don't like it, you paint over it again. It's okay. Bob Ross said it's okay, so it's okay. This one, I think it's really cool. I don't know. So I got, you can see it has a structure under the collar, and that's because also canvas is quite expensive. So when one woman that also rented part of this studio, when she moved out, essentially she gave me a couple of old paintings of her that she never finished and that she didn't need anymore and that she didn't like or whatever. So she was like, what happened? I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, my computer went into the screen went black. Anyways, so yeah, she gave me a couple old paintings of hers that she had no use for and that I could overpaint. So I did, and at first he was a bit like, oh no, like you can see her painting. But now I think it's kind of cool, the contrast between the forms triangles here and the the strong color contrasts between the black, orange, yellow, and blue. So they're all like this. You wouldn't see the structure behind the painting as much, and it's very cool as like this too. But I kind of like how this. It comes in and it's just like, oh, there's a hidden painting, because there is. Oh, it almost looks a little creepy. Oh my god, they're watching you. It was a lot of work and it took quite some time to make the yellow as like potent as it seems now, because I first had it black and then I went over the yellow, over the black with yellow again, which, you know, lesson learned, that's gonna take forever to be opaque, not opaque. What does opaque mean? Hold on. Opaque. How do you write opaque? I'm a linguist. Don't Don't add me, please. Undurchsichtig. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I want it opaque, right? And to get opaque yellow on black, not so easy, but really like this one. Final piece for today is this one, which you can't really see, I don't think, but here's a black part as well here. That makes it a little bit more 3D or whatever. So this part is the red, and the light gray here is the most recently added part. Before that it was just this, and I might go back to that. You know, take that away. I don't know if I like it. On the other hand, I do kind of like the light gray of it all. And it's funny because I started painting it that way, and I started just with the gray background and then the yellow, or actually I think, was the yellow ever on the gray, or was the yellow directly on the white? I don't know. But anyway, so I started like this, and it was just a gray background and the yellow stripes, and I was just like, girl, this looks like a street. So, and that's also a cool thing about painting these types of things, and not, you know, actual stuff, you know what I mean? Like if you paint abstract stuff, I guess, and you can just turn it around and be like, oh, maybe it's supposed to look like this, or maybe it's supposed to look like this, you know, and then eventually you find the right angle for you. But anyway, so I started like this, and then I realized it looked like a street, you know, like in a school where children learn how to walk over a street and stuff. So okay, I like it better like this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this part. Either way, it's still very messy here. Oh my goodness. But from far away, cute, love it. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh my god, I'm missing an important one. Also one of the first, and also one that was overpainted. I love this. Okay, this really looks different mirrored. Or am I just losing it? I don't know. Gonna insert a picture again. Maybe, if I have a good one. Anyways, so that's it. I'm holding it. So if I hold it, this is how it looks, but to show you how it would look without the shininess, the colors like this. I really like this one. I don't know, but I really have a lot of love. I really like it. I think it's a very cool, I think it really captures my you know, it's just, what is it, like 4 colors and very simple forms and lines, and ouch, the thickness of this line, and the white line are very similar, and I just like how simple it is and how beautiful it is. I think it's very nice. I also like that I usually don't think any of this is very symmetrical, so everything is a bit off center, and I like it. So yeah, this one is cool. I also like the size. I like bigger ones. It just feels majestic. But yeah, it looks bluer than it is. I don't know, but it's pretty. I mean, as you can see, it even here it looks very gray, like the part behind, and it used to be more blue. I don't know if I took, you know, when you like take an older color and you're like, oh yeah, that was the same, and then it's just not, and you're like, oh, what the fuck. And another example of something that I'm just working on, it really is nothing, but so you can see behind there, can you? Ish? Oh yeah, like this, yeah. You see here, you see this was a head, the brain and the thought bubbles or whatever. So that was the way of me, like, yeah, as I said, like that was the style I was doing earlier, and not earlier, like years ago, and it just didn't really translate well onto paintings. That's the stuff that works for drawings. Like I have so many of these, and you know, this type of like I said, with the ink, and I have lots of them hanging at home, also in frames and stuff, and I like it. It's cute, you know, in a golden frame and stuff, but it's not something that translates very well onto the canvas. As a painting, it's just better as ink on papers, or that's what I think. So here I tried years ago, I tried to paint like such a figure thing on a canvas. I don't know if I used, I guess I just used a marker, right? So now I'm using the canvas for my new stuff, so I painted over it white. I don't know what the fuck happened here. Oh, I think it was red underneath, and then I started mix it up with the white, but and then one yellow line, now a blue triangle, and I don't know where we're going with this picture, but with this painting. So for today I would continue with this one, or with this one, or with the one behind me. But actually I had an idea yesterday of something I want to paint, so that's what I actually want to work on. So I'm gonna just start another one, because I have another big canvas, and I think it's my last one. And I just love the big ones. Ouch. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. What time is it? 9:45. So today I was much later in the studio because I had to finish an assignment. So I started doing that at 6, and I thought I would be done by like 7. I was not, but that's okay. We're here now, and yeah, it's just so nice to be here, and it's such a, obviously I'm so lucky to have this space, and you know, to be able to go here, and this way of painting, it just gives me so much joy. It's just colors, and it's colorful, and I like to see how painting essentially evolves when you just put on new colors and just try out. Don't take yourself so seriously. That's what really helped me in this. I usually have like such an idea. Like one time I wanted to paint, did like a painting of myself. I have it somewhere here. And like, as you will see, I don't know, again, now it's mirrored, so I don't know, it might look off as hell, but it's not bad. But then when it was time for the eyes, it was just so hard to do. So eventually I just took a sponge thing and put color, like pushed the sponge into color and put it on my eyes. And then when we had an exhibition one time a couple years back, people were so worried about me. They're like, oh my god, you're drawing yourself like a crying demon. And I'm like, bitch, I just can't draw eyes for the life of me. That's just so much pressure, you know, on something that you actually want to paint. And if you just let yourself add colors to something, then there's no, I mean, the worst that can happen is that, oh, I don't like that combination, book, new color. Oh, there's Frida that I made. That's with coal and just, what is that? Oh, and that oily, those oily, you know, the little sticks of color, they feel very oily. And it's sticky now if you go over it. Okay, that one. Anyways, but yeah, this is always so filled with, I don't know, it's like, oh, you need to express yourself, do art, and blah, blah, blah. And I always, okay, one last thing I'm gonna show you, then I'll shut up and let you go. I made this little installation, like it's actually like 3D, and it's a it's a Barbie, and I just took it apart, put it into these round little things, and I don't know. I thought he was cute, but again, people were kind of like, oh, is she okay? And I'm like, honestly, now I'm not sure myself, because you keep asking me. I see why people could be a little disturbed by that, especially, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just not. You know, the other paintings surrounding me in the exhibition were like paintings of nature and nice stuff, and then I was with like ripped apart Barbies. So I don't know. But it's just, I never knew what to do, and I always had this like, it needs to mean something. Blah blah. Shut up. Just paint. I would have much more to show you, but I think it's boring, and I also think it doesn't matter anymore because that's old stuff, and we're doing new stuff now. So I'm gonna prepare my new painting. I'm gonna show you when I'm making progress in it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really I'm really happy I found my way back to painting, and I'm really, really happy I didn't end my, didn't stop renting the place, even though I didn't go for a year. Or, I mean, not only didn't I go for a year or whatever, the 4 or 5 years before that, I haven't gone really ever. I mean, just because I'm in here like what, every 2 months or 3 months, what's that mean? Nothing, right? So it just goes to show how sometimes years can go by and something is just sleeping in you, but it's still there, and if you can give it some time and be patient. Yeah, that's all. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.